Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please be open as all. Good morning or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will present my research entitled Description of Implementation of Project-Based Learning Models on Creativity Ability of Second Grade Students of SD Islam Ar-Rahiim Balikpapan. This research was conducted by me, Ganjar Susilo, Hariyati Indah Sari, and Jihan Mardiyah. Introduction. The background of this research is the learning model is planned learning framework for guiding lessons activities or designing learning materials. A quality learning model can change student attitudes, cognition, and psychology. The learning process is interactive, inspiring, fun, challenging, and motivating students to further develop the creativity of the learning experience. Therefore, the aim of the learning models is to foster studying, learning creativity so that students' interest in learning increase and they can be more motivated in expressing their idea. We conducted research in Ar-Rahiim Islamic Elementary School, Balikpapan in class 2. The problem is, based on our observation in the field, the mathematics learning process in elementary school, especially elementary school mathematics at Ar-Rahiim Islamic Elementary School, Balikpapan in class 2, has not shown learning that leads to harnessing student creativity. The learning that is applied generally does not provide opportunities for students to play an active role in learning. Some students seem busy playing alone, so they lack focus and afraid to give opinion during learning. As you can see, as a result of student attitude or behavior in learning not being properly motivated, this causes a decrease in students' creative ability in learning. Therefore, to improve students' creative abilities, an alternative learning model is needed that actively involves students and can facilitate students' creative abilities so that enjoyable learning can be created. One alternative learning model that helps student creativity become better and learning becomes fun is the project-based learning model. Why? Number one, learning that focus on problem-solving activities. Number two, students are actively able to seek answer to problems given by educator. Number two, educators act more as mediators and facilitators to help students actively construct knowledge. Number four, challenging students to learn and to learn, working together with groups to find solutions to real problems. Number five, PjBL or project-based learning prepares students to think critically and analytically, to search for and use appropriate learning resource and increase creativity in learning. Number six, develop their knowledge and help students to take responsibility for their own learning. Based on these problems, researchers want to apply. Based on these problems, researchers want to know the results of implementing the project-based learning model on creativity abilities of class 2 students at Ar-Rahiim Islamic Elementary School, Balikpapan. Next slide. Search methods, research method. First, the research uses a descriptive qualitative research approach, where the research describes existing phenomena or realities, both natural and human engineering. The researchers used this method because the researcher wanted to describe the application of the project-based learning models to student creative abilities in more specific, transparent, and in-depth manner. Second, this research was carried out by the Ar-Rahiim Islamic Elementary School, which is located at the Ar-Rahiim Mosque Complex, Perum Jihan 2, Spitan, South Balikpapan. The subject of this research were obtained using a purposive sampling technique. The subject of this research were second grade students at the Ar-Rahiim Islamic Elementary School. The subjects of this research were 18 class 2 students who were divided into 2 groups, and each group consisted of 9 students. Subject will be given a project assignment in the form of making a flat building board and then presenting it. The data collection technique in this research uses observation and documentation. And the last, qualitative data analysis technique use data reduction, data presentation, and conclusion. Results. The research focuses on students' creative abilities as seen from 3 stages, namely project work step, project results, and project presentation with the help of project-based learning. The first step taken is project-based learning, namely 1. The teacher explains the necessary logistic and motivated students to engage in project problem activities. Students are asked to make a flat building board. Number 2, the teacher as facilitator directs students to make flat shapes such as triangles, square, rectangles, and circle using the origami paper that has been provided. Then cut the flat shapes that have been made with scissors. Number 3, students are directed to attach flat shapes from origami paper that have been formed to the flat shape board that has been made together by students. Number 4, students provide information about flat shapes such as the elements of flat shapes. Number 5, then students are asked to present the result of the flat board they have made with their groups. Next slide. The following is documentation of Group 1 and Group 2 project activities. Based on the work steps, the teacher observed the student creative process using existing observation gates. The result of the observation made are as follows. Pay attention to Group 1. Pay attention to Group 1. The result of the research observation regarding students' learning creativity with the aspect of flexibility, smoothness, elaboration, and authenticity. The percentage obtained is 81.25% in the high creativity category. And in group 2, the result of the researchers observation regarding student learning creativity with the aspect of flexibility, smoothness, elaboration, authenticity, the percentage obtained is 75 in the high creativity category. From this table, using the PjBL learning model or project-based learning model, the creativity of students in group 1 obtained a percentage of 81.25%, and the creativity of students in group 2 obtained a percentage 75. This because in the first stage, students were given a stimulus to creatively create several questions related to the blackboard assignment and answer the question. Next, students are faced with the problem of making texts that they know, which make them hone their creative idea to solve the problem. At the project planning stage, students discuss to produce their best design to solve the challenge. This requires creative thinking and determining success criteria and completion strategies. At the project work stage, it starts with arranging a flat building surface on a flat building board, where this requires creative ideas or thinking, but practical ideas for making and conceptual ideas. The process of working on a project will inevitably encounter obstacles that also require creative thinking to resolve. The resource assessment stage is carried out by testing the result of student project according to the criteria set initially. This assessment is carried out by students in their own groups and between groups by presenting them. This process also requires a creative process in providing assessment and providing comments and suggestions on the result of the project. Experience evaluation is carried out by reflecting on the activities that the students have carried out from the beginning to the end of the project assessment. Students' creative ideas are also sharpened by asking them to identify strength and weakness in the learning they have done, as well as things that need to be done to make the next learning better. All these processes are supported by learning activities in groups, so that there is mutual interaction to express their creative ideas. The series using the PjBL model provides students with experience to hone their creativity. Apart from that, the PjBL model can train students to expand their thinking about problems that must be accepted. Provide direct training to students by honing and familiarizing themselves with critical, creative thinking and skills in everyday life. Able to adapt to modern principles, whose application must be done by honing students' skills, either through practice, theory, or application. So, the conclusion is the project-based learning models can foster students' creative ability and determine their level of creativity. This can be seen from the research result. Group 1 is classified as high creativity, with the criteria for the aspect of poor flexibility, good fluency, good elaboration, and good originality. Group 2 is also classified as high creativity, with the criteria being quite good flexibility for fluency, good elaboration, and good enough originality. Alhamdulillah, finally our presentation is finished. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Happy prosperity to all us.